In the booth with Tim Swartz and Brian Benefatemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're glad to have you along for the ride.
And now we take a brief look at the matchups for our tip-off coming moments from now.
Safe to say this game will be won or lost on the boards.
Well, it's how these teams control the game and get themselves extra possessions.
Well, not only that, but limiting their opponent's possessions. That'll be a huge key in this one.
Now here's Mitchell. Clark outside. Three-pointer. And Collier pulls it down. Now here's Williams. Smith outside. Collier. Bucket is good.
Yeah, good luck. If you're the player who has to guard her, it is never going to be an easy night.
Bonner outside, and the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Very close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it. You know, to me, it didn't really look like her feet were set.
Here's Collier. Pass to Williams. Smith outside. Here's Collier. Bonner defending.
They grab their own miss.
And it's Collier missing.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. Because 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
Clark, that one's good.
Such an unselfish player. Bonner is one of the best passing forwards in the WNBA, constantly looking to get everybody involved.
Now here's Williams.
Smith with it, and Clark picks her up defensively. Collier inside.
Howard's there. Shot clock at 5. Here's Collier. Howard with the rebound. Mitchell outside. Pass to Clark. Mitchell, covered by Collier. Yep, that goes.
Nice job by Mitchell. She's a primary scoring option in terms of talent, instincts, and productivity.
Now Smith. She's guarded by Boston.
Now McBride.
And here's Carlton.
Tries it from 16. That misses off the backboard.
We don't see that too often. Plenty of space, and she whiffs on an open jumper.
And in 2023, Minnesota finished as the 6th seed with a record of 19-21.
Well, Minnesota missed the playoffs in 2022, which ended their 11-year postseason streak. But they regrouped, and in 2023, they took the Sun the full 3 games in the first round, almost pulling off the huge upset. But what was most important was getting back to the postseason. They got lucky. They got lucky. And the defense is taking a big chance leaving her open behind the arc. And I'm not sure I'm okay with that gameplay.
Outside Williams. Collier. Tries to snap the cold streak. Soft touch off the glass.
Check out the speed on Collier's drive. Darts inside and gets her a shot quickly.
Now here's Clark. She's guarded by Williams. Mitchell outside. Back to Clark. Got her with the pump fake, just couldn't finish. Now here's McBride. D right on her. And out of bounds, the Fever will take it. Here's Clark. Outside Howard. Mitchell. McBride covering.
Boston sets a screen.
Kelsey Mitchell into the lane. Good work defensively by Kayla McBride. Smith outside. Over Boston. Smith, no good. So it's Indiana now. Pass to Mitchell. Back to Bonner. Clark. Four on the shot clock. Nice touch on the bank shot.
All right, if they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against her, they are sorely mistaken. What's going on out there?
Outside Williams. Pass to Carlton. Outside Williams. Screen by Smith. Inside. It's good. The assist that time from Courtney Williams.
A player who can get creative offensively. Let's just say Smith knows what to do inside.
Pass to Clark. Lets the three fly. Drills the three-pointer.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Smith outside. Collier with it. She's covered by Mitchell. The jump hook. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Great to see her score inside. Collier is an all-around forward, capable of scoring in a variety of ways, including in the paint.
Now here's Mitchell. Here's Natasha Howard for three. Sinks the three-pointer.
That's just a defensive breakdown. I mean, she is not the player you want to leave open from the perimeter.
Smith outside. And the foul called on Caitlin Clark. That's her first foul.
And I like the call. I thought the D was still moving.
Yeah, it looked like it, and she kind of slid underneath as she got to the spot, too.
Beaver on D. A 4-point game. Back to Williams. Takes it out to Collier. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Zero fear. As soon as she gets the rock, Collier ready to fire.
Clark with it. 7 points in the game. Boston covered by Smith. Back to Clark. Tries it from 19. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Fantastic pass. She made that a very easy bucket with the setup.
The 2024 top pick, Caitlin Clark. We've never seen a player enter the league with her level of height. And it's deserved.
It's crazy. I mean, you're talking about Caitlin Clark setting the scoring record for career points in college, shattering viewership records as well. Lots of people excited to see Clark in the W.
Shooting two.
And the first one falls for her.
And as you watch the continued development of the WNBA, it feels like length matters a lot these days.
Well, you're seeing teams putting a major emphasis on getting longer players. It really helps you on the defensive end.
Oh, yeah. With how skilled players are these days and the amount of threes teams take, length can certainly neutralize that.
She hits both from the stripe.
One thing about Nafisa Collier, she's great at many things. She's not a specialist. She's well-rounded.
Well, how about this? I mean, she's been top 10 in the league in scoring, rebounding, steals, blocks. I mean, that's four of the five major food groups. She gives you everything at a high level.
Just a strong finish through contact. Kelsey Mitchell refusing to be out-muscled. I love to see that kind of physicality from her.
Pass to Bonner for three. buries the long-range jumper.
Boy, not too much respect shown to her by the defenders.
The Lynx trailing.
Now Williams.
No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Here's Collier. She scores her 5th field goal, and she's taken 9 shots to get there.
Simple game plan. Collier's teammates need to keep getting it to her. She's feeling it, going to town on the defense.
Now here's Mitchell. Bonner outside. Off the mark there with the 3. Now here's Collier. Guarded by Howard.
And here's Carlton. Leah Boston grabs the miss.
So it's Indiana now. They lead by 4. Bonner outside.
Pass to Hole.
Mitchell outside. The tray. Minnesota grabs the miss.
You don't want to give up that kind of look often.
They're very lucky they didn't get burned.
Here's Collier.
Now here's Smith.
From deep.
It's hauled in by Boston.
Bonner outside. Pass to Mitchell. Bonner. The 3 ball.
It's hauled in by Smith.
You know, she shouldn't miss those, but, you know, it happens to the best of them.
Here's Carlton.
He's guarded by Boston.
Carlton gets the bucket.
The plan worked perfectly that possession. Get it inside, get the high percentage shot.
Pass to Boston.
Mitchell.
And the foul called on Smith.
That is her first foul of the game. The Fever making a switch here.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Colson. Clock at 6.
Pass to Hole.
Looking to end the drought. Drops in the tray.
Stretching the floor, Hull, a strong three-point shooter.
So the Lynx now, trailing by 5.
Miller. Hole defending.
Here's Collier. The rebound by Dantas.
Outside Cunningham.
To the middle. Dantas. Count that one.
Great assertive inside play from Dantas. Gets right where she wanted to be and scores.
And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
Collier. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good.
Very clever passing. She put that ball on a silver platter for her.
Pass to Mitchell.
Hole.
Dantas.
She's guarded by Shepard. And here's Colson.
Over Collier. Colson misses.
Up top, Miller.
Pass to Heidemann. High post shot. Rebounded by the Fever. And 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Colson misses.
Now here's Miller.
He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And she makes that one.
Uses every bit of her strength to overpower the defense. Collier does not fear contact.
Mitchell with it. The high post shot. And she nails the jumper.
And she should thank the D for those 2 points. Nobody really paying much attention to her there.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Fever ahead. They lead by 5. Hold tight. We've got more basketball action headed your way. And the first quarter in the books, second about to get underway. And what stands out to you from the Fever in this one?
Scoring has come in threes for the most part so far.
Yeah, and every time down the floor, it seems like they're hitting a triple.
And it's been a rough few years for Indiana. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2016.
Single-digit wins in 5 of the last 7 seasons. But the good news is the Fever have loads of young talent. Starting with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, they have arguably the best young core in the W.
Now here's Turner. Pass to Clark from the arc. Makes the bucket. She's now got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 on the game.
She was one step ahead of the D in making that pass. Nice assist.
Peely up top. She's guarded by Dantas. Here's Peely.
Shepard the screen. Shot clock at 6. And the basket by McBride.
Can score from anywhere on the court, and McBride has really taken on that alpha personality type.
Now here's Hull. Back to Clark.
Cunningham sets a screen.
Three-pointer. And the Fever hit again from deep.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball at one end with their own.
A 3-point battle starting to take shape here.
McBride with the ball.
Hull defending.
Here's the 3. McBride misses.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Now here's Clark. They lead by 8. That's the biggest margin of the game. Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark.
Outside Miller.
McBride.
And it's Cunningham with the rebound.
And it's the Fever ball. Clark outside.
Cunningham sets a screen. And Caitlin Clark hits from deep.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Shepard the screen. Here's Heidemann.
And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Those two, they just keep going right at each other from deep.
A little one-on-one action we've got on our hands here, Tim.
I'm not complaining.
Now here's Hull. Here's Clark. And she gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Nice ball movement from Hull. Terrific at recognizing when her teammates are open.
Now the Lynx with it. It's a 10-point game. Now a timeout called by Minnesota.
When we talk about players that just flat out win, who comes to mind?
Well, give me Breanna Stewart. 4 titles in college and a couple more in the WNBA. Stewie knows how to do one thing, and that's get rings.
Yes, Stewie is incredible, and she just wins flat out. But I'm going to go with Chelsea Gray. 3 WNBA titles, including the last 2. She really helped Las Vegas and that core get over the hump.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball.
Miller. Hull defending.
Tries a 3.
Heidemann, no good.
Now here's Hull. Guarded closely. Clark outside.
Cunningham sets a screen.
Clark can't hit. Here's Minnesota. Trailing by 10. Pass to Heidemann.
Now here's Peely.
5 on the clock. Over Cunningham. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Now Clark. She's got 20. Pass to Wallace. Clark drills it from outside.
Well, a big part of Wallace's game is finding others, initiating offense.
Right outside. Outside Miller. Lets it go from deep. 1 up, 1 down. She makes her first shot in this game.
Good ball movement. She put that pass in the ideal spot, and I can guarantee you her teammate appreciated it.
Now here's Clark. She's got 23. Pass to Dantas.
Now here's Wallace.
McBride covering. And here is Wallace. Over McBride.
Wallace misses.
Not pretty. Got to just shake off a miss like that.
Right outside. Over Wallace. McBride misses.
That's a shot she's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Well, who doesn't love a guard who can be prolific while also being efficient? And that's what Kayla McBride does. She makes very few bad plays.
Well, it starts with great shot selection, right? She makes the smart pass rather than the flashy one. She keeps the turnovers to a minimum, and she's someone you trust to read the floor and make good choices.
Now here's Shepard. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Back to Miller.
Pass to McBride.
Shepard the screen.
From outside the arc. Another 3 for Minnesota.
She might not be the top sharpshooter in this league, but that's not a shot that D can afford to give to her.
Clark outside. And here's Dantas.
Cunningham sets a screen.
This one for 3.
Heidemann grabs the miss.
The Lynx trailing. Here's Shepard. To the wing on the left. McBride outside. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Nobody was anywhere close to her. She can't believe she didn't bury it.
The lead pass was put in just the right spot to produce the layup.
Well, we've seen Lexi Hall has some range, but she can also slash, bring it inside.
Outside Miller.
Pass to Heidemann. Trying her luck from deep. The shot that time not on target. Clark outside. Dantas the screen. Clark outside. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Lynx. Stolen by Clark.
Outside Cunningham.
Down low. Dantas.
The basket good off the assist from Sophie Cunningham.
In the paint, Dantas insists on getting her shot. Doesn't allow contact to slow her down.
Outside Miller. Shepard the screen.
Tipped away.
Stolen by Wallace. Now here's Bull.
5 points in the game.
Wallace with the ball.
Caitlin Clark with the 3.
Shepard pulls it in.
Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark. Right outside. Releases. Gets that one to drop. That's her 3rd field goal in 8 attempts.
Beautifully crafted for maximum efficiency. McBride's a natural playmaker.
Clark outside. Pass to Dantas. Back to Clark. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, that pick, it worked like a charm. A nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Right outside.
Outside Miller. Here's Peely. Back to Miller.
6 to shoot.
Peely with the screen.
Shoots a 3. That's a miss. She's made one and missed one. Indiana with the ball. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Now Wallace. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The baseline, Jay, off the mark. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, it's been a long time without a bucket. Focus.
Count that one.
That's such a field shot. Sweet floater.
Here's Clark, and she has 28 points for the game. Pass to Hole. Back to Clark. Beyond the arc. Hits the three-point bomb.
She's having one of those days where if she takes it, she makes it.
And when you talk about winning, historically, the Lynx are up there with any team in the WNBA.
Absolutely. You look at their 4 titles, which is tied for the most in league history. Then you see they have the 3rd best winning percentage of all time. I mean, this is a franchise that consistently has been in the hunt over the years.
Now here's McBride. She's got 8. Pass to Shepard. Just 5 on the clock. Back to McBride. Let's go with a 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
Knows how to move the ball around the floor. Shepard is pretty good at finding her targets.
Clark outside. Pass to Wallace. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall.
And here's Heidemann.
She's got 5. Pulls it. That's another miss. Number 4 on 2 for 6 shooting. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Cunningham left side.
Clark. From downtown, that shot off the mark.
Here's Miller.
And there it is.
What a plus it is to get those looks in the paint.
So we conclude the first half. Fever ahead, up 10. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter after the break. And the third quarter about to get underway here.
Man, it has been an incredible game here from Caitlin Clark.
And those threes have been dropping for her. Absolute dead-eye shooting in that first half.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, this could not have been a more productive day for her from long range.
Now the Lynx with it. It's a 10-point game. Pass to Smith. Collier with it. Screen by Smith. Fires for three. And Nafisa Collier hits from deep.
Because of Collier's ability to space the floor, she gives her team a deeper offensive identity.
Mitchell up top. McBride covering. Now Clark takes the three. That one falls, coming off Kelsey Mitchell's feet.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I wasn't sure they should try to get the three right back like that, but hey, it worked out for them.
Now here's Collier. McBride outside. Back to Collier. So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots. Next.
First team foul.
It's on Aaliyah Boston.
I hope he didn't think Collier would be intimidated by a little contact. She shows some real toughness inside.
And this is her 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game here. The first one falls.
Well, when you look at that 2024 WNBA draft, by far the most watched in league history, and arguably the most talent we've ever seen in a draft as well.
Well, the previous draft high was just about 600,000 viewers. This last one had 2.4 million, shattering the 20-year-old record.
And really, to me, the most exciting part of the WNBA right now, it's all the new viewers tuning in. It's just incredible.
So she gets them both.
And when it comes to defensive prowess, there's not too many players that can impact a game like Nafisa Collier.
It gets overlooked sometimes because of her offense, but Nafisa is outstanding on defense. She's the kind of player that opposing coaches have to game plan for at both ends.
Here's Carlton. Smith outside. To the inside. Collier with it. Howard's there. Takes the 13-footer.
Caitlin Clark with the board.
Now here's Mitchell. She's guarded by Williams. Now here's Mitchell. She's got 6. Bonner outside. Launches it. The second chance effort.
It's hauled in by Smith.
And here are the Lynx now. They trail by 11. Williams with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. And that one's good. Collier.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Now here's Boston.
Back to Clark.
Pass to Boston.
There's a screen by Clark. Hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Boston.
Now Williams. Smith outside. To the paint. Collier right side. 6 on the shot clock. That shot missing. Good work defensively by Natasha Howard. Pass to Clark.
Boston, covered by Smith.
Mitchell with it.
Good, and it's Aaliyah Boston who picks up the assist.
Superb work inside for Mitchell. She's so good at finding space to shoot from the interior.
Minnesota calls a timeout.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Pass to McBride. Good for another field goal. Number 5 on the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
On the drive, McBride can be so dynamic, which helps her beat the defense.
To the middle. Howard gets the bucket.
Superb assist. She was crafty, creative, and the ultimate teammate on that play.
McBride. She's covered by Mitchell. Now here's McBride. Defense is right there. The screen by Collier. Courtney Williams for 3.
The offensive rebound.
The kick out to McBride. Williams. And at last, they get one to fall.
No fear. Williams is normally the smallest player on the floor, but she can operate down low with her toughness.
Clark outside. Howard the screen. Inside. Rebound by the Lynx.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
Pass to Williams. Back to McBride. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
The catalyst of the team, McBride is depended on for buckets, and I'll tell you, she usually delivers.
And guys, we've heard so much about Caitlin Clark, but Brian, why don't you give a scouting report to those who haven't gotten a chance to see her play?
Well, she's an incredible passer. She's got limitless range, and I think she's underrated as a defender. For the Fever, we're talking about a franchise player to build around.
What a selfless decision by Collier. She sees someone with a better look, gets in the ball.
And here's Clark. She's got 39. Back to Mitchell. It's stolen by McBride. Outside Williams. Pass to Collier. Screen by Smith. The 3. A shot by Collier. No good. The Fever leading. Mitchell with it. And here's Clark. Nailed from three-point land.
Can they make some sort of defensive adjustment? Because guess what? She is killing them from three-point range.
And even when they have closed out on her, she's still knocking them down. I mean, this is just an unbelievable performance we're seeing right now.
Williams, she's covered by Clark. Here's Collier. From down in the low post, it goes.
It's been an extremely efficient, productive game for her, but really, she can't do it all herself.
Here's Mitchell. 8 points for her. Pass to Boston. Now Clark puts one up from 19. And Carlton pulls it down.
That's the shot she had to take.
No question. The decision was good, just didn't execute.
And that one's good. Collier.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Clark outside. Pass to Mitchell. Can't connect from short range. Minnesota trailing. And here's Williams. She's covered by Clark. Collier outside. And a miss there on the triple. Caitlin Clark with the 3. Connects from three-point range.
When she has the ball, Mitchell is always looking to find an open teammate. Head on a swivel.
Now here's Williams. She's covered by Clark. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2.
Second team foul.
3 chips to the line so far for her in this one.
2 shots.
That free throw missing. And no good on the second free throw. She goes 0 of 2.
When you pair Shepard's length with her effort level, you end up with offensive rebounds like that.
Pass to Dantas. Back to Clark. Jacks up a 3. Shepard pulls it in.
They had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often.
Indiana with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And guys, this is something we were just talking about off the air, but Caitlin Clark is one of the most hyped basketball players that we've ever seen.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about the WNBA. When you talk about the most hyped rookies, I think you probably have to go back to 2003 when LeBron went first overall. Basically, it's going to be really fun to see how Caitlin Clark's career goes.
She draws so much attention. Williams can find others for easy buckets. Good dish.
Pass to Clark. Dantas the screen. The baseline J.
Shots good by Clark.
Here's Heidemann. He has 5. Here's Williams. She's covered by Mitchell. Here's Williams. And she buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
So much action these days out of the pick and roll. Williams is made for this type of basketball. A slick dribbling and good decision-making player.
Now here's Clark. What an incredible scoring display she's put on tonight. To the inside. That one falls, coming off Kelsey Mitchell's feed.
Well, that pick, it worked like a charm. A nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark. Pass to Collier. And Bonner pulls it down. And they're on the break. Here's Mitchell. Finished off the break.
And this is how you execute in transition. Mitchell beating everyone to the right spot and being rewarded.
Miller with it. Now Shepard. She's guarded by Dantas. Shepard with it. Working on Dantas. Heidemann makes it off the glass.
Used her strength to get in the post without much fight from the D.
They need to do a better job next time and muscle up on her. I mean, that's just too easy.
Now here's Clark. Dantas outside. Clark. Dantas the screen. Down low. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
A skilled wing. Dantas is hard to track in the pick and roll. She can do anything out of it.
To the paint. Here's Shepard. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there. It'll be on Lexi Hull. That's her first trip to the line.
Minnesota Lynx. Jessica Shepard. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And this Minnesota franchise is built around their star, Napheesa Collier.
Well, you think about 2022, Collier played just 4 games. In the Lynx, they missed the playoffs. Last year, Collier took her game to another level, a first-team All-WNBA selection.
He's perfect from the line this time. Indiana with the ball. 6-point lead. Mitchell outside. Back to Clark. Pick by Dantas. Shot clock at 6. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark. Now Heidemann. The third quarter comes to a close. Fever ahead, up 6. And time for a short break. Stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Now here's Clark. Not a lot of room. From past the arc, the three-pointer is on target.
They come out of halftime smoking hot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and as hot as they are from out there, there's absolutely no reason not to just keep letting them fly.
I agree, Brian. They should all have the green light.
Now here's Hull. Pass to Dantas. That one falls.
I'm not sure, really, in that set who was supposed to be on her there, and apparently neither did the defenders.
Right outside. Miller. Shepard, defended by Turner. To the inside. Now here's McBride. She's covered by Clark, and she gets the bucket.
Off the court, McBride is lighthearted, but she's a killer on the court. Basketball is everything to her.
Here's Colson. It's stolen away. And the Lynx pushing it up now. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock in it. And here's Heidemann. Clock at 6. With the shot. Tries again. And so she draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
A skilled big with a creative touch. Defenders sure have their hands full with Shepard.
2 shots.
And she knocks down the first one. And so she hits both. The Fever leading. Pass to Hull. Olsen. Clark outside. There's the 3. And the foul called on Damiris Dantas. That's foul number 2 for her.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Pass to McBride. Fires the three. Hits it from three-point range.
He's made an impact with the three-point shot today, and guess what? That's another big one.
Yeah, and that's where she's been getting her points. And with a couple more out there, man, we've really got a ball game on our hands.
Now here's Clark. Dantas outside. Back to Clark. And she lays it straight in.
You know, that is right where they wanted to get that ball.
Here's Heidemann.
Fever foul. Sydney Colson.
And the Fever making a change here.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
McBride. She's covered by Clark. Pass to Williams. 6 to shoot.
Shepard in the post.
She's guarded by Dantas. Courtney Williams for three. The shot misses. So it's Indiana now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Clark outside. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Bonner outside. The three is up. Rebound by the Lynx. Right outside. Williams. Now the Fever moving it up. Caitlin Clark outside. Good on the three-point shot.
It's been a humongous fourth quarter for her, especially from long range. She's in a groove, and that triple has just been deadly.
Now here's Miller. Pass to Shepard. Williams with it. And the bank shot is good.
It feels like the rest of basketball has forgotten about the mid-range game, not Williams. He still uses this part of the court.
Here's Colson. She's guarded by Williams. Pass to Clark. Fires from deep. And another three for Indiana.
What a final quarter they're having from downtown. A bunch of threes falling for them.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. Work that perimeter while they're hot.
And work it to the final whistle.
And the shot goes in.
Yeah, honestly, she's been a little passive today, but maybe that'll get her going. For them to be successful, she needs to be a little bit more selfish.
Now here's Clark. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Fever will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Indiana with the ball. 11-point game. And it's in.
Well, they've built this lead through plays exactly like that. She's easily been the most consistent performer.
No question about that. I mean, she's just hitting everything in sight.
McBride, Bonner defending. The three, and McBride is good for three.
And how huge has she been to give her team a lift?
Yeah, certainly their deficit would be a lot bigger if it wasn't for her efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
2 points, that one goes in.
Backed by her solid footwork, Turner knows a thing or two about scoring inside.
Pass to Heidemann. It's tipped. It's stolen by Turner. Now Colson. Hull with the ball. Haley defending. Hull with the bucket.
Gritty points from Hull. She leaves it all out on the floor.
This Lynx squad struggling. Right outside. Haley
with the screen.
Takes the three. And the Lynx, another three.
I mean, that shot just becomes effortless for her when the defense is so relaxed like that.
Clark outside. Olsen. Just 5 to shoot. Caitlin Clark with the three. Minnesota grabs the miss. Right outside for three. Second shot opportunity. Shepard can't get it to go. And it's the Fever ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Bonner with the bucket.
Once Bonner gets inside, it's already too late. She takes advantage of opportunities around the basket.
And here's Heidemann.
Pass to McBride. Top of the key. And the jumper is good.
I love how McBride is unafraid of making mistakes, and she really just plays her game and then will live with the results.
Now here's Clark. Puts up a three. Cans it from downtown.
You know, some players you can give that shot to, but let me be clear. She is not one of them. Terrible job by the defense.
Healy with it. Hole defending. Back to McBride. Shoots the three.
Shepard in the post.
Hole defending. Here's Heidemann. Pass to Williams. There's the triple. Turner grabs the board. Bonner left side. Now here's Hull. The shot, no good. Right outside. Pass to Shepard.
Caitlin Clark with the board.
And here's Indiana. They lead by 14. Bonner outside. Now here's Clark. She's guarded by Williams. Clark left side. Pass to Colson. From deep. Shepard pulls it in. And here are the Lynx now.
Here's Peely.
Right outside. Williams. The kick out to McBride. And again, no good by Minnesota.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Bonner outside. Inside. Turner misses from short range. Now the Lynx with it. They trail by 14. Left side, Williams. On the wing, Kayla McBride. Shepard, the screen. For three, Kayla McBride drains the three-pointer.
Well, she's been a bright spot in what has otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Time called here. The Fever decide to talk it over. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Mitchell. Clark outside from the arc. That shot off. So the Lynx now. 11-point game to the middle. Here's Smith. Yes, and it's Nafisa Collier picking up the assist.
That's what I call pretty passive. Timely recognition as to where the open teammate was.
here's Mitchell. She's tightly guarded. It's hauled in by the Lynx. Down low. Here's Smith. No good with the layup. Clark with it. Pass to Mitchell. Bonner with it. Clock at 6.
Nice shot by Boston.
And that caps off what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
Yeah, Tim, I'd like a piece of that cake if I could have it.
What type of cake?
Now here's Williams. And here's Collier. Over Howard.
The shot by Collier, no good.
I don't know if he was playing to the crowd, trying to make the highlight reel. I don't know. But no need for the fadeaway there.
Boston sets a screen.
Here's Clark. Sinks that one from the post. Here's Williams. So it's the Fever taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for them. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
Well, guys, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you should feel good about it. A really outstanding team effort.
And that'll wrap it up